Welcome to Isolate Systems. Today we are talking about IES innovations, things that our company is looking at implementing in the near future and as we move forward that will fundamentally alter our industry. And some of these innovations are being worked on and created by Evan, our Chief Product Officer, and his amazing engineering team. It's such a pleasure to have him here with us today to talk a little bit about what they've been doing. Hey Evan.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Can you tell us about some of the exciting stuff?
Yeah, so a big part of where we innovate in our company is through our clients. We learn a lot from them because they're processing on a daily basis. They're running all different kinds of strains, different parameters, so it really gives us an opportunity to tap into all that knowledge.
They're giving us feedback.
Yeah, give us feedback on how the systems are running, the products are getting out, the API contents, those kind of things. So with the new design of our system, we've taken the opportunity to connect even more with our clients.
Nice.
So a big change that we're making is remote access capabilities for our system. So we've taken the opportunity to redesign our control cabinet so that a client can basically plug an Ethernet cable from their wall outlet or receptacle or their router straight into the extractor, and then we can establish a secure point-to-point connection from the IES facility directly to their machine. So there's a lot of benefits to this. We can view the data live from their machine
in
while
real
it's running.
time?
In real time. We can also see what the program's looking for while the machine's running, and also if we do have program updates, we can provide those instantaneously to the client. So as we move into new markets across the world, Asia, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, if a client has an installation there, we're really trying to bring up our service as well. So if they run into a situation where they need some assistance, we can connect to that machine live, see what's going on. It's almost like we've got a service tech right there next to the machine.
24/7.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of opportunities there that we haven't even explored yet, but those are the big highlights right now. We've also taken the opportunity with this new control box to go for a much bigger, high-resolution user interface. So what that provides us is we can provide training videos on the machine to where
on that screen?
On that screen. So if a client has some new employees coming through, they want to get up to speed on how the machine works, we'll have some videos that they can run through and better understand the machine.
So that would, forgive my ignorance, that would step them through a particular process they have to follow. They can just watch it, do this first, do this second, do this third, kind of thing on the machine?
Yeah, we already offer our certification courses here at IES, and then with the purchase of every machine, we do on-site training. But a lot of times, you have a new employee that's training through someone that's maybe been on the machine for a couple years, and it's always good to get a fresh start from the OEM's perspective. So it's a little bit of IES training mixed in with their SOPs, and we'll cover kind of the basics across the machine, and that'll grow and develop as we continue to run these new units. And the cool thing about the remote access capability is if we have any updates to those videos, we can get those out to the client and re-update that machine with any new content.
So with the new machines, this box that you're talking about, if I already have a machine that I bought 2 years ago, can I add that box to my machine?
No, not right now. As it sits, this new design is going to be our new model that we'll be releasing at the beginning of 2022.
At 2022, nice. Oh, it sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us?
So, in addition to the new higher resolution, larger screen, we'll also be giving the clients more capabilities for an overview of the system and how they interact with the machine. So we'll basically have a process flow diagram that shows all of the pieces of equipment and what states they're in and where the flow paths are going. So instead of just seeing this chamber's at this pressure and temperature and this chamber's at this pressure and temperature, you can kind of see where your CO2 is flowing, where your hot water and cold water loops are going, and what temperatures they're sitting at. So it's going to give you a better understanding of how the machine works as a whole.
So is the simplifying stuff in terms of being able to look at a set of data and quickly understand this is where everything is at right now. And how does that translate into a better product? How does that help me get a better product?
The product will still work the same, our automation will still work the same. It's more of the connection between the client or the operator and the machine itself. So a lot of our training is around how CO2 works as a solvent, and it's easy for someone to just plug in a program that has these pressures and these temperatures and these times, and you just hit go and it does it. But understanding how the process works really helps you become a better operator and a better manager.
Almost like you're a scientist or an artist, and you can create exactly what you want.
And you know what the CO2 is doing at any point in time.
Awesome.
Another add-on that we're looking at is preloaded recipes. So for a lot of clients, they've got standard batches that they use, or large lots of material, and they'll switch between those lots or different strains. So we can have preloaded recipes to where they know for this strain, I want to run at this pressure and this temperature and this time to get the best extract. So the users can basically select those preset recipes that they establish and just run from there. So just a little add-on, something I think we've gotten some, and that's where the feedback comes in. We've had a couple clients ask for these, and it's like, this is a great opportunity for us to offer.
So it sounds to me, at the risk of sounding corny, but because obviously I work for the company, but genuinely it sounds to me like putting the customer first and making sure that the customer is able to actually create what they want to create, what they need to make for their customers, is a priority for us in terms of the new technologies that we're developing. It sounds obvious, but I don't know that everybody does that. So would that be correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the end user. There are updates that we've done to the box that help us, but ultimately, we're not the ones running this machine every day. So what matters is who's going to be in front of that machine, who's going to be getting product out of it. So to kind of transition to more of the selfish aspects of the unit, we've taken the opportunity to redesign some things to make our lives easier here at IES.
That's good.
So
it's all good.
From a manufacturability standpoint, we design and build all of our control panels here in-house.
Nice.
So a big part of that is how quickly can we build a box and ensure that quality box to box is going to be consistent. So we've designed a whole new design for this layout, different new components, and we're working on harnessing so that when an operator goes to build this panel, it's all very straightforward, and it's going to be very consistent when the panel comes off the line. We don't have to worry about a loose terminal or a wire going to the wrong termination point. So we're looking at speeding up our manufacturing and improving the quality. And also from a serviceability standpoint, the box is designed such that the majority of the connections that go from the control box out to the extractor are all connectorized. So if somebody...
Is that like a plug and play?
So each end of your cable has a plug on it. So for example, if somebody bumped into the machine and nicked a wire, or there was some issue, something got pinched, and you need to replace that wire, all we're doing is sending out a wire that has a plug on each end. You just pop off your two end connections, pop a new one in.
Is that not typical of extractor machines?
So typically, depending on the components you're using, it's going to be a plug on one end out on the extractor that goes into maybe a sensor, and then the other end is a pigtail or a loose wire connection that then runs up into the box and gets terminated on a component. So you've got a piece of wire that needs to be stripped back. Sometimes it needs a wire number shrunk
time,
on it.
Money. Last question, what are you proudest of in terms of the products we make? Is there one thing that you would say, flippin' heck, nobody does it better than this, or this is the thing that I love most?
I think our flow rates are a really big point. It's really cool to see at a client's facility, especially the first time they run a machine, we put product in, and we set up the time on the machine for, let's say, an hour, 45 minutes, and we're going after a certain quantity of extract, and that time goes by really quickly, and you go to harvest the isolation cup, and the client looks at it and pours it out onto a hot plate, and you just see their eyes
That's awesome.
get really big. And when we first built the hydraulic units, it was really cool on our side. We got to experience that as well. Like, let's load this thing up with hops and see what comes out, and it was just mind-boggling to see the quantity of oil that came out of it in such a short period of time. So
what is
we're really
great
excited
to see,
about
it's
that.
great to see you so excited about something that you're making. It's very encouraging. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure having you with us. If you'd like to learn more, please head over to isolatesystems.com.